Greetings everyone, this is Collectibles Euphoria to present the new addition to the line of the Mini Animators collection, the Snow White Mini Doll Playset by the Disney Store. The Mini Animators playset line is truly astounding to collect since not only it has the miniature version of our beloved Disney princesses, but it also has the cutest inclusions and accessories associated with each princesses, so it is just really a matter of time that each Disney princesses will receive their own version of the Mini Animators collection playset. In this case, it is Snow White's turn to be on the spotlight. To hear more details regarding this adorable playset, then stay tuned. The packaging for the Mini Animators playset comes in an adorable clear snap case showcasing the mini doll as well as the inclusions, while the back is just made of plain red plastic. The handle has a sculpted detail of an apple and vectors engraved with floral filigree design. The handle is completely covered with glitters, adding a shimmering effect to the case itself. At the lower right-hand side are engraved letterings stating Disney Animators Collection. The case comes with a tag with promotional images of Snow White's miniature version, bearing Disney Animators Collection Snow White Mini Doll Playset on the front cover of the tag. Opening it reveals some information regarding the inclusion, and in this case, the deer found inside the case, as well as information regarding a short background on how the Animators collection came about. This playset retailed at $19.95 US and $22.95 Canadian dollars. The carry case is about 9 inches high, including the handle, 8 inches wide, and 3 inches in depth. Let's move on to the main event, which is the miniature doll of Snow White. The mini doll stands at about 5 inches high. She appears so adorable, and the mini version of her is a good representation of what she may have looked like during her childhood days. Her hair is as black as ebony, though completely stiff to keep her locks in place, and she wears her hair in a bob. Her hair is parted in the middle, and she wears her signature red headband with a bow. She possesses a childlike face with big eyes, which is a warm honey brown in color, and is side-glancing to the left. She has a plump round face, and being a child version, she has puffy cheeks. She also has rosy cheeks and lips as red as the rose, which is pouty, comprising her prominent facial features. Her skin is supposed to be as white as snow, but so far I have yet to see a Disney merchandise of her that depicts her color as described in the film. Standing right beside Elsa, however, she can no longer be the fairest in the land if the point of argument here is her skin tone. So hopefully Disney will update Snow White's skin tone perfectly to capture the likeness of her in the movie. Making her stand up is a little tricky since she is top heavy, so she requires some readjustments to make her completely stand up without falling over. Comparing to her future self, the facial detailing of her child face is amazing, and despite of not having a point of comparison to any movies since she hasn't been shown as a small lady, the facial features were captured perfectly, making the mini doll a very good representation of Snow White's mini self. As for her clothing, she wears a blue bodice, a short puffy sleeves which is a lighter shade of blue than her bodice. The sleeves also has a red color design poking in between the blue shade, which is reminiscent of Tudor clothing. The skirt flows just past her knees, and both the edge of the neckline of the bodice and the edge of the skirt have the same lace design on it. Also, both the top and skirt are filled with glitters. For her shoes, she sports a light yellow Mary Jane shoes. Standing right beside her future self, the mini Snow White stands in the right scale, and as for color scheme comparison on her clothes, it is important to note that the child version has a light shade of blues and yellows as opposed to the darker undertones in her future clothing. It would have been cute though if she was also given a high white color, but I guess it is hard to implement in here since she has a shorter neckline. In child version, maybe hard to do, but really not impossible. Inclusions-wise, the playset consists of a total of 4 forest friends, which includes a fawn, bluebird, a rabbit, and a squirrel. All of the animals are packed with glitters, so I would have preferred if they placed a felt overlay, let's say at least to the fawn, just like how they have coded some of the animal inclusions in other playsets, like how they did with Sven's overlay, which is really nice to touch. Some of the animals are in their younger state as well, like the deer, though the other ones doesn't appear to be so. The fawn looks adorable and is sculpted nicely, but is completely covered with glitters, except for the eyes and the back area. Bluebird is completely covered with blue glitters, except for the face area, going down towards its body and feet. The rabbit is also sculpted really cute, with glitters all over it, except for the areas of the nose and mouth, the front part of the body and hands, as well as the feet. The squirrel was also given the same treatment, with glitters all over it, except for almost all the areas of the face and body. So all in all, the animals are nicely painted, sculpted, and detailed. As for accessories, included here is standard in all Mini Animators playset. A dark blue hairbrush, having a heart design and swirl patterns, with the brush itself looking nicely sculpted as well, and is functional as a brush. Though unfortunately, you cannot brush Snow White's hair since her hair is completely covered with gel. The table has nice sculpted wooden details on it and is made of hard plastic, while the stool, despite of having the same sculpted details, is made of slightly soft plastic. So when sitting side by side, you can't really tell it apart, which is cool. The set also has a gooseberry pie, which is reminiscent of what Snow White will be making in the future for Grumpy. The pie has nice sculpted details put into it, and is made of slightly soft rubbery material. She was also given a bowl, which has nice wood details on it, and is made of soft plastic material. All the accessories are fine and dandy, but I would have much preferred if some of the dwarves were included instead, since the dwarves are relatively major characters in the movie. I was not wishing for all of the dwarves, but at least some of them, like Grumpy, Doc, and Dopey. Even though they are not supposed to appear with Snow White yet, I'm pretty sure they also have some share of childhood or younger days, which I would most likely be happy to have. As for Snow White's articulation, she is able to rotate her head at 360 degrees. Shoulder joint is the same way at 360 degrees movement and can move side to side. She has a waist swivel that can go up to 360 degrees as well. Hip joints allow for movement forward and backwards. However, she has very minimal movement side to side. She has a decent knee articulation at 90 degrees, but has no ankle articulation. This Snow White Mini Doll Playset collection is a lovely addition to the Animators Collection Mini Doll Playset and is definitely a sure hit for completists and collectors who wanted to ensure they get a hand of the first Disney princess who started it all. The rendition of Snow White's childhood days is amazingly captured, despite of not having any movie association to recreate her look during her younger days. Articulation is decent. Accessories are a great addition to the playset and offers enjoyable gameplay, but limited posability function due to limited articulation, but still enough to pull off some adorable stunts when arranged in a certain way. Kids will definitely enjoy this set as it will offer endless gameplay and can easily be stored as well and carry around with them if not being used. All in all, Snow White delivers as promised and is really a cute addition to everyone's mini doll collection. Now, this adorable animator will make way for the long-haired little girl responsible for making a flower gleam and glow, making the clock reverse, bringing back what once was mine, what once was mine. Have a magical day. Bye!